Hello everyone, and welcome to the team builder for week 4 of PUDL, where we take on Reinii and his team, the Moco Ho-Oh. Very interesting game this week. Reinii, let's get into the Moco Ho-Oh's team. First of all, we have a Darkrai, then a Petarant, a Tinglu, an Iron Crown, a Galarian Zapdos, an Azumarill, an Ogerpon, a Honchkrow, which can terrestrialize into a dark, poison, or flying type, an Electivire that can terrestrialize into an electric, ice, or water type, and a Wartortle that can terrestrialize into a water, fairy, or electric type. So yeah, very interesting team. Let's get into what we are bringing. First of all, we have Max Defense Mandibles, Max Spadef, I believe it is. Max Spadef Mandibles, and that is to help us deal with the Pecharunt and the Iron Crown mainly. Those two are pretty big threats to our team, and this thing is built here to beat them. Dark Pulse is on our moveset specifically to obviously hit the Pecharunt and the Iron Crown. Toxic is to hit a lot of the things, is for the Tinglu, which I do think is going to be the main thing we're also swapping this in on because it doesn't have much to hit us, and we just want to land a Toxic on it. It also allows us to Toxic other things like Galarian Zapdos coming in or Azumarill coming in, or even Electivire, which I do think Electivire comes to this game because Terra Ice is really good into my team. Terra Ice Electivire, that is. So yeah, we are big pecs, that is to make sure that thunderous kicks from Galarian Zapdos never lower our defense. I don't think it comes, but just in case. And we are also Covert Cloak, I should add, on this set. That is to prevent us getting poisoned by the Pecharunt's malignant chains, and also just like generally we don't. Also bluffs that we are big pecs, even though we are big pecs in front of Galarian Zapdos. And yeah, just generally just doesn't allow us to get any secondary effects like Rock Tomb, speed drops from Ogerpon, if that's also a thing that comes. So yeah, that is the set for Manabuzz. We also have Roost and Defog to get rid of Hazard set up by Tinglu. So next up we have Terra Ice Bellybolt being our Terra Captain for this week. We are running the Leftovers, and we are Max Fizdef set. We are running Terra Blast, Mudshot, Slack Off, and Volt Switch, and we are static this week. So yeah, this thing is going to be very important as a check to things like the Azumarill. We obviously do a lot of damage with Volt Switches, potentially get static powers. We're also really solid into the Ogerpon. This is Ogerpon swap in. We do a lot of damage with Terra Blast Ices. We also do very well into the Honchkrow. That's things like Terra Flying or Terra Dark. We still take those hits and be able to hit it back. Mudshot is there to be able to hit the Pecharunt and also the Iron Crown, which could be a solid swap into us, and also hits that Electivire pre-Terra, because I do think this is going to be our swap in on the main swap into the Electivire, which, because it's such a massive threat, and if it does terrestrialize into an Ice type, we can just fire off those Mudshots, slow it down, or Volt Switch around. It does have, no, it has Motor Drive, so we're not going to be Volt Switching, sorry. But yeah, we just do a little bit of damage with Mudshot before it terrestrializes, which is nice. Next up, we have our Greninja, which is a Protein Greninja. We are Life Orb this week. We're Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, and U-Turn. Dark Pulse hits the Pecharunt and the Iron Crown very well. Sludge Wave is there for the Azumarill, which is obviously a very good swap into us, and also the Ogerpon, which is another great swap into us. We have Ice Beam, which is mainly for things like the Zapdos Gala, and also allows us to hit the Ogerpon once more. And U-Turn allows us to U-Turn on things like Darkrai, and Tinglu that want to come in on us. Ice Beam also hits the Tinglu as well, just because none of our other moves do. So yeah, we are very fast set. I believe we always outspeed the Darkrai, or am I incorrect on that one? No, we are slower than Darkrai. So yeah, we just want to U-turn on Darkrai if it's not max speed, or in general just outspeed U-turn on things that are slower or might be vested in front of us, which is nice. Next up, we do have Loaded Dice Garchomp. We're running actually very offensive Garchomp this week. I do think Garchomp has sweeping potential. We have Scale Shot, EQ, Poison Jab, and Swords Dance. If we get a Swords Dance up and get Scale Shot, we outspeed most of our opponent's team, outside of something like a Scarf Darkrai, or like a like Sucker Punch and Honchkrow also would outspeed us, but I think it's mainly just Darkrai that outpaces us. Maybe Iron Crown also, if that is booster speed, would also outspeed us, but I doubt it is if it does come. So yeah, we just get Scale Shots, which do huge damage in general to his team. Earthquake hits a lot of things, hits the Darkrai, hits the Petron super effectively, hits Iron Ground super effectively. There's a lot of damage to Tinglu. Hits the Azumarill hard. And yeah, Poison Jab is there for the Azumarill and the Ogerpon, which do resist or either are swap in or resist our earthquakes. It also allows us to hit the Electivire neutrally on all of its Terra types. And also the War Turtle, if it's Terra Fairy, also gets hit super effectively. Scale Shot is just also allows us to hit the things like Zapdos Gala that are immune to our earthquakes and the Honchkrow pre-Terra and do a lot of damage, which is nice. Next up, we have Citrus Berry Fezandipity, and also this is another sweeping set. We're Calm-Mind Agility Fezandipity with Toxic Chain. Very Spadef, but we do have that option to be able to become offensive. With Moonblast, Shadow Ball is the only moves we really need. Moonblast hits his team very, very well, and the things that resist the Moonblast, like the Iron Crown and the Petron, are both weak to Shadow Balls. And if they do like run Berry, I do think they're going to be Dark Berry this week instead of Ghost Berry. So if we just Calm Mind in front of someone like a Petrarun, we can be in a very, very solid position, which is really, really nice. Obviously, we can't get poisoned by the Petrarun either, which is great. And finally, we have a Choppleberry Arcanine set this week with Head Smash, Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp, and Stealth Rock. So rocks are pretty solid this week. They do a decent amount of chip. The only thing super effectively they hit is Honchkrow, but there's not much that resists it. It's just mainly the Tinglu and the Iron Crown. So I think Rock Chip is very important. It gives us a few calcs, a few kills that do just about 90% instead of 100. It allows us to guarantee one-shots. Hedge Smash and Flare Blitz just do a lot of damage into this team. I do think obviously Petron is going to be a max Fizz Def to deal with us. Potentially even something like a defensive Azumarill could be the answer. But yeah, we take that pretty well. Zapdos, if that wants to come and try and one-shot us, we have Choppleberry to deal with it. If we live a Focus Blossom, Darkrai can revenge kill it with a Head Smash as well, which is really, really nice. Just generally, like if things want to run fighting coverage, this just allows us to take those hits and surprise them with a big, massive Head Smash. Will-O-Wisp is really, really nice. It allows us to burn things like the Tinglu, which we're never saying in front of Tinglu, but if we predict it on the swap. Azumarill, if that wants to come in on the swap. Ogerpon, if we're in front of that. Honchkrow, Electivire mainly, because I think it's such a big, big threat. And yeah, so that is the team for week 4, and I'll see you lot all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome to week 4 of PUDL, where we take on Reinii and his team, the Moco Ho-Oh. Very, very interesting game, I'm sure. We'll have to see what he brings here. He brings... Okay, very interesting. Is that just the top 6? No wait, Ogerpon. Ogerpon, the new guy. So we see Darkrai, Iron Crown, Petrarun, Tinglu. No Electivire. I was certain Electivire came. We do see the Zapdos Gala. Very interesting. Just on paper, Chomp looks really nice. This game, potential sweep. Moonblasting for Sensitivity is also really, really good with Shadow Ball. I think I do just want to lead. He could very easily lead Tinglu. I think I just want to lead the Gren, because I doubt he leads the Darkrai. And if he does, that's a good play. Yeah, I think I'm going to just lead the Greninja here. And we're going to see what he brings. How much do we just do for Zapdos Gala? It's the Ogerpon. Okay. OU pivot. Ivy Cudgel just kills us. But if he's not defensive, we kill him. If he's max HP, and we should always be outspeeding this unless it's scarfed. He's max HP, it's a roll from Ice Beam. U-turn does about 70%. That's into max HP full defense. I think we just click a U-turn here. If he's scarfed, he's scarfed, and it's a really good play from him early doors. I think you have the risk of me also being scarfed and just smacking you with a massive sludge wave. Sludge wave is a 97.5%. There's like min 97.5 into max HP Ogopon. So maybe we should have clicked sludge wave, but I'm just gonna click a U-turn here. We are going to get the U-turn off. Okay. And how much are we going to do? Okay, that is huge. So he is... took like 90% from that. Is that like no investment? Yeah, that looks like a roll from potentially like no investment. We could go into this. The Mandibuzz doesn't take barely anything from hits. Serendipity takes more because we're not defensive. Volleybolt has decent ability here. We could go Garchomp, potentially try and KO. But I think we just go Mandibuzz, right? Because there's always the potential he could just set a spike here. Or just U-turn himself. It is just the U-turn. Okay, so he brings us down to 347. 347. That's what, 4, 24, 76 damage on a U-turn. Which looks like a roll from max attack. So he's max attack Ogopon. Doesn't look like he's adamant. Let me double check if he can be adamant. That is not a roll from adamant. So it looks like he's just max attack. Which is fine by me. He goes into the Zapdos. This could be scary if he's like Scarf. He's doing under half with a CC. We do never... Brave Bird also doesn't do too much. Part of me just wants to roost off the damage. What does this get? Like a super effective move for me? Like Ancient Power. Thunderous Kick will not give us a drop because of our Covert Cloak. I think I'm just going to roost here. He's going to go for the Thunderous Kick, which is not going to get ever a drop because of our Covert Cloak. And we're just going to heal up here. I think we do Toxic here. 408. Should have looked at how much that Thunderous Kick did. Thunderous Kick. We were at 47. We got +1. 61. So we gained 61. He does a U-turn. 3 plus, so he did what, 53 damage there with the U-turn. That does not look max attack. He's gonna go straight into Tinglu, which is perfect. In comes the Barbarian. Please hit this Toxic. Beautiful. Getting a Toxic on this is really, really good. So he's seen Roost and he's seen Toxic. Do I want to Roost up? I could double into Gren. That's really my only play. This is my swap into Tinglu. So I'm confused why he's gone Tinglu. Is he like a offensive set? If he's just a hazard setter, like Stone Edge, he could Ruination me. Stone Edge is like 35.4. I could go Gren, trying to scout, but I don't think that's the right play. Do I go into Garchomp here? Garchomp is taking like 30% from no investment Tinglu, but I'm scared he's offensive Tinglu. So I think I am just going to roost the damage off here. And we're going to see what he wants to do to me. He's just going to set rocks, that's fine. That's perfectly fine by me. We're not going to see the lefties. Okay, so I'm just going to defog these then. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, he could very easily be Defiant. Isn't it? Does this thing get Defiant? It does. The Zapdos is Defiant. If he goes there, that's a good play. It is. That's a really, really good play, and I'm in trouble now. Is it the... It is. We know it's not Scarf, though, is the saving grace. We also know it's not like max attack. We know it's like... It's probably around max attack, let's be real. Our physical wall is Belly Bolt, but this thing's up +2. This could very easily get out of hand. We know it's Thunderous Kick U-turn. +2, CC has a roll to kill. Belly Bolt is eating 1. Presenttivity is just dying to a hit. Garchomp's also dying. We need to get the Gren in for safely here. And I'm trying to figure out what is the most worst piece that we have on the team right now. I think it's the Arcanine. I'm going to go into Arcanine here. We do have the Chople. I just don't see Arcanine having the greatest game. He is CC, but he probably kills us. But he's going to drop his stats here. I don't mind just dying. Maybe we could have gone Fez, but I think we just go into the Greninja. He's at -1 Spadef. Let's just say he's max HP Assault Vest, which I do think is definitely a possibility. Ice Beam has a roll to kill. I think that's the play we have to make. I don't think he can be max HP Assault Vest. But we do lose Arcanine first, which is very bad. But we do have the Tinglu status. We know what he wants to do now. And we just have to never defog again, to be honest. What is the play? He does swap out, which is fine. It's into Wizard, which is what? The Iron Crown. Okay, it's a good play. Let's see how much this does. A good chunk there. Ice Beam. This doesn't look AV. How much does Ice Beam do exactly? Is it about 20%? Which shows me he's not like no investment. He has some investment here. Is that a roll from no investment AV? Doesn't look like it, but I do think I just U-turn out here. So we are just gonna make the U-turn play. We're not gonna do nearly as much. Dark Pulse without Stab isn't gonna do nearly as much. Just gonna chip it down a little bit more. This could be... It's not Scarfed, we know that now. But now we have a tough call to make into my Mandibuzz. He's not doing much, but we're not doing much back either. He could just be Volt switching, which is a very solid play. It's Tachyon. 374 down to 317. So we took 106 from a Tachyon cutter. Which is, wait, what? 106 from a Tachyon cutter. Wait, what? Is that like choice specs? That is a modest choice spec set. Okay. Do I roost? What's the best play here? I think he might just go patch. I'm just gonna Dark Pulse once. Oh, he's not roost. So what is he? I'm so confused. How is he hitting me that hard? I had to have had chip on me then. Part of me wants to double into Gran. He's at +1 special attack, which is basically the same as him not holding these choice specs. Maybe he's just like metal coat. Why does he suddenly have a lagging metal coat? Oh, metal alloy, metal coat is never killing. I think I am going to double back into Gran. This is a very risky play. Dark Pulse, if he's at +1. Speed Def. Can't be AV, he's at +2 now. If he's Colbur, it's a really good play from him. But I'm just going to Dark Pulse here. So we know what? CM, Tachyon Cutter. We don't know the rest of the set. I mean, we are a Mon down, but we're getting things chipped that we need chipped. Like Tinglu's taking some chip. This Iron Crown's taking a lot of chip, which is very, very good for Pheasantipiti's sweet potential. Tinglu being chipped is obviously really, really good for Tinglu's sweet potential. Pheasantipiti actually looks really, really good if we can get an agility up. I still have no idea how he did that much into my Pheasantipiti, but we'll deal with that later, I guess. Here comes a Dark Pulse. It looks like it's a roll. Hopefully we get that roll. We are not going to get that roll, which is really unfortunate. And that's just going to crit me. This might be game. Unless Bellybolt can take one. Bellybolt should be able to take any one hit. No, for +2 though. Future Sight would kill. Now this is tough. We definitely don't Terra. If we miss a Mud Shot, that'd just be funny at this point. Psyshock with Fizdef. Yeah, we eat. We're gonna Mud Shot away this. We lost Gren, which is massive. But Iron Crown is beat. That is tough, losing that roll on the Dark Pulse. Maybe we should have just U-turned. Should have just predicted the Tachyon gun straight into Bellybolt. But then he would have killed with a Psyshock afterwards, right? Maybe not. Yeah, but would Tachyon have done more? Because obviously we're max Fizdef. I don't know. It is into the Ogerpon, which is low. Very low. We could go Garchomp. Into the Ogerpon, OU Pivot. Ivy Cudgel should never kill. I think ooh, Volt Switch, does that kill? Is a roll. I don't think I'm gonna Terror, but I am just gonna slack off. Good play. Good play. I don't really mind that taunt though, because it just gives me a turn to be able to safely get out of here. With a Volt. Is he in Volt Switch range? Volt Switch is 13.2 to 15.9. That is not range. Does this a Naked Terror Blast kill? It does. I think I want to confuse him a bit by just going for the Naked Terror Blast. He goes for the Cudgel. Okay. Good chunk there. This should kill. It does. And Ogerpon is down. And we need to get our Belly Bolt out of here because he most likely is going into the... We're at 1.5... We're at 184. 184, which is 44%. If he goes Tinglu and we Terra, we would live a hit and Terra Blast back. Does barely anything, to be honest. It is Barbarian, which I believe was Tinglu. Yeah, it is Tinglu. He's probably just going to go for setup here. That screams I'm not Terra Ice. He doesn't know we're Covert Cloak yet because we could be big packs. Are we faster than this on our Belly Bolt? It will be a speed tie if he's no investment. How much is my Garchomp taking from hits? Like 30% if he's no investment. I'm going to go into the Buzz. He's revealed Rocks and nothing else yet. We know he's not Vest. He just EQs. Okay, so solid read for us. He takes more poison damage. We've shown Dark Pulse, Toxic, Roost, and Defog. So he knows the full set. He's going to go right into the... Oof. I think I go into this. Part of me wants to make that double, but part of me also wants to Roost. It's about never giving that thing a boost again. I think if there's ever a chance that we get to set up with our Garchomp, it's here and now. He just sets Rocks, yeah. He brought Darkrai, right? I'm not mistaken. Darkrai is here. If it's Scarf, that's really, really bad. Scale Shot does 1,000,000. Into the Tinglu, we do a little bit with Scale Shot here. I think we click it. Sorcerer, that sounds like a Darkrai to me. Oh no, that is the Petra here. How much he goes Petra, which screams Sugar Berry to me. Part of me really wants to Swords Dance here. He's doing no damage to me. EQ, if he's Petra Berry. I mean Sugar Berry, not Petra Berry. We go Sugar. I'm doing absolutely nothing. If I'm at +2, my hit does 62.3 to 70.6. Is there an EQ swap in? Doesn't really look like one. I'm gonna click it. He is Sugarberry. Okay. That's a good bring. What does he click? Potting shot? Foul play. Okay, I am glad I did not Swords Dance. We are going to see the rough skin pop. Darkrai is still a massive problem. We can't go to +2 reliably here. Does he want to die though? I think I always scale shot on the off chance he stays in and just chooses to die in front of me. Yeah, is this into Zapdos? It is into Zapdos, so we make a good play. And we miss a scale shot, which is actually really unfortunate here. We can't live too reliably. And that's what scares me. I'm going to go into Fez. We've seen 3 moves. If he's Brave Bird last move, that's just a good bring. You do see stones. CC comes out. This is why I think I have to get an agility, and if he's Brave Bird, he's Brave Bird. He does withdraw into what? We're +2 speed. We should outspeed everything on the team. Barbarians, this is Tinglu. We do absolutely nothing to this. Do you think we have to Moonblast twice here? Should have been Sugarberry, man. I think we just died to a Earthquake here. Yeah, we don't do nearly enough. Is this weakness policy? Oh, that's a really cool bring, actually. Yeah, we're definitely dead. He paybacks. Oh my god, we lived? And we eat our citrus. So we're gonna kill this. No, there's no reason. We're just gonna click a Moonblaster and KO the Tinglu. That crit would have been appreciated last turn. We are +2. I don't think we definitely don't live a hit from Darkrai. How much do we do back to it is a better question. We do a huge chunk. We do like 80 to 90%. And we have the chance to get the Toxic Chain as well. We do have Shadow Ball for Petch. If that's his swap in. Hope it is. Petch should die to a Shadow Ball from where it's at. We do about 40%. Then see Sorcerer, which is Pecha, and this should die to a Shadow Ball. Isn't that lovely? And we are going to KO Pecha with a Shadow Ball. Massive. That's massive KO. So what does he have left? We see the Zapdos is around. Gala. We should actually take one, in all honesty. Unless he has no move to hit us. I think I get my damage here, right? Yeah, I just get my Moonblast damage while I can. We do a lovely chunk. Do not get the drop. He only has... Oh, I could have CM'd. Okay, that is annoying that I could have CM'd. I considered it as well. We're just going to Moonblast here. And Belly Bolt should always take... And Dark... I mean... Yeah, so down goes Zapdos. I'm going to get a huge chunk on the Darkrai. If the Darkrai is a Life Orb, we can stall it out as well. Or if it's Scarfed, Warlock the Pokemon fan. Now it's just up to Darkrai. If he's Scarfed, he's faster. If he's max speed Timid. But I don't think you run max speed Timid is the thing. We don't even know if he is Scarfed. Get a drop? Ooh, that's so close. He's gonna Dark Pulse. Okay. Be a Life Orb, please. No, he's not Life Orb. How much does my Mandibuzz do with a Dark Pulse? Actually does 10% and should eat any hit. Does Belly Bolt live a hit from this? Should do. What if he's modest? It's close, and that's what I don't like. I'm going Mandibuzz. Oh, Rocks might actually put me in range. Wait, have I lost this game to Darkrai on the reverse? That'd be crazy. And I'm at 50, which means Ice Beam would never kill if he's max special attack modest. He has to be boosting item, and he's not Life Orb. Is he at 10? He is at 10%. I'm clicking a Dark Pulse. I'm not missing a Toxic. He's Sludge Bombs. He doesn't even have Ice Beam. That's fine. Should kill with this Dark Pulse. Let's go. GG's to Reinii. Pheasantipity putting... I could have CM'd and just won the game with Pheasantipity. I'm a little bit annoyed I didn't do it. But GG's to him. Great game. That was a great game. And yeah, we go to 3-1 actually. We've been doing really, really well. I really liked the setup Fez set. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the Garchomp over the line. If he was not Shooker, we would have just won there, which is crazy. Maybe we should have just gone for it, but it's fine. Yeah, Fez put in so much work there. I'm surprised he didn't just go Darkrai first. I feel like he would have killed. In front of the Darkrai, maybe I would have CM'd. I'm not sure. But yeah, GG's Terrain. Really, really great team building. That Zapdos, when I defogged it and just insta-clicked, that was such a bad misplay. Should have 100% just clicked Roost that turn, predicting the Zapdos to come in, because the defog was so obvious. But we managed to pull it over the line anyway. GG's to him. And yeah, bye guys. I'll see you lot all in week 5. Bye-bye.